Welcome to 21st Century Business. I'm Jackie Bales. In a society spread with online shopping, banking, and bill paying, the theft of personal and confidential information is plaguing citizens and businesses. New secure shell technology is helping to keep the transfer of vital information safe and cost-effective. Tatu Ylonen, CEO at SSH Communications Security, joins us today to explain. Welcome, Tatu.
Thanks, Jackie. Thank you for inviting me.
Tatu, what are the negative implications insecure networks are having in their transfer of such important data?
Well, of course, there's a lot of computer fraud, credit card fraud, people stealing usernames, passwords, breaking into computers. Cyber warfare is increasingly a major issue.
So, Tatu, tell us about SSH Communications Security and how your company is helping to keep these data transfers guarded.
We work with more than half of the 10 largest banks in the US. More than half of world's websites use SSH, an implementation of SSH for protecting either the infrastructure or how data is transferred into these systems.
And you invented this protocol some 15 years ago?
Yeah, it all started from a hacking incident where somebody installed what's called a password sniffer in a network. And when it was found, there were thousands of passwords and usernames in the database, including several from my company. And I wanted something that I can use myself to basically protect my own use. And I soon realized that that's a huge problem, maybe the biggest problem on the internet security-wise at the time.
Very interesting. What is the biggest security problem at large enterprises today, Tatu?
Well, nowadays SSH is so pervasive. It's used by all the Fortune 500 companies, all the major network infrastructure providers. There are deployments of 50,000, 100,000 servers in a single organization. And they use it to automate file transfers, system administration. There are hundreds of applications that use SSH underneath, invisible, to protect access from one computer to another. And there are certain keys that are used for enabling this access. They are called user keys or public key authentication in SSH. Some organizations have up to 350,000 of such keys.
Wow.
It's like a ticking time bomb. They haven't changed these keys, sometimes in 10 years. They have hundreds of people accessing these keys. And they haven't realized that these keys actually pose a huge danger to them, because they could be copied by people who left the company years ago.
Wow.
And they don't have visibility into who has access. They don't have control or removal of access when it's no longer needed. And in practice, they don't ever change these keys.
And so your solution to this problem today is what?
We have a software solution that can identify all the keys in a network infrastructure for tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of hosts. Can automate the process of creating and removing these keys, which actually costs millions for some organizations every year. I mean, we have customers who have 15 to 20 people doing this full time.
Wow. And
we can start rotating the keys, which is a requirement by all of the modern security standards for user authentication information. Somehow this has gone under the radar for years.
Well, Tatu, your data transfer security solutions seem to be a much-needed relief for so many enterprises that operate on an international scale. Thank you for sharing this with us.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for watching. For 21st Century Business, I'm Jackie Bales.